called my guy. He came over within the hour.
Wow.
Gave them an estimate, had their home done, fully painted, interior, exterior, the kitchen, everything. We're going to go live in about 2 weeks. It's stunning now. It's going to sell quick.
Welcome to the Chris Salerno Show, your go-to for real estate, business, health, and family insight. I'm Chris Salerno, CEO of QC Capital. Each episode, we explore the latest trends and expert advice from industry leaders. Whether you're an investor, entrepreneur, or seeking balance, this show provides an inspiration you need. Join us and elevate your game on the Chris Salerno Show. People hear interest rates may go down. They're like, okay, I want to buy, because normally they'd want to wait till they start dropping. What's enticing them to do that?
Here's the issue. People are not stopping moving here. We're not living where I'm from. People are not picking up their bags and moving to upstate New York.
No.
They're moving here.
Especially with all the politics that we've seen on social media. People are like, look, I'm done with this. I've never heard, I've heard of one person saying they're moving out to California. Everyone I speak to in California, they say they want to get out. The only reason why they're there is because of something like very large personally that they have to stay there. Other than that, majority of them want to move out of California. They want to move out from up north because of how much control they're trying to have.
Yeah. Yes.
We won't dive too much into politics.
But yes, it has a lot to do with it. But so people are not stopping moving here. They're moving to Florida, Texas, and here, and maybe some other places. So we still have a lot of demand, but the interest rates have scared people because during COVID, during that time, they were like in the 3s. And now they've in the 6s, sometimes the 7. However, the issue is the overall purchase price is still trending upwards. You see some, they're going to go up and down a little.
Correct. Yeah. If you look at it at a smaller scale, it'll go up and down. But overall, the past 12 months, they're still trending up.
So I always tell everybody, listen, if you can buy now, buy as soon as you can, whenever that is. Because right now you can still not, it's a weird market. Some homes are still flying off. The average days on market is 30, 40 to 60.
Okay.
So I would say average days maybe 30. So you could still potentially get a home under asking price. Whereas when the interest rates do drop,
you're not even. It's going to be like COVID right after COVID. You're not even going to have to.
Yep, you're going to have an influx of buyers again. Over asking price.
Oh,
so buy
most
now.
definitely. And I remember that when I was a broker, even when the tad drop of interest rates happened, people ran to it.
Yep.
And then now, and we talked about this before, I don't believe we're going to have an interest rate drop this year.
No.
I definitely think it's probably going to be next year, probably middle of next year.
Yeah.
We really need to understand what's going on with this inflation. And I was having dinner last night with an investor of ours and a very successful individual. And I told him, I said, it is, he said he was paying like $8 for a Starbucks medium coffee in another city. And I said, well, if you go to Atlantic City, they'll charge you $11 for a medium coffee. And I said, there comes to a point when you and I both know we could afford it. However, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we just don't want to afford it because it's just the principles of it just being too high in cost. It doesn't register properly, and we're just like, no, we're not going to do it because we feel like we're getting screwed over.
Yeah.
And I think we haven't gotten to that point just yet, but I think we are getting
really
to that
close.
point where everyone's like, holy cow, one bag of groceries $80 for 5 items. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like,
It's
I'm not going to
ridiculous.
buy this because this is ridiculous unless unless it's a necessity. That's what I'm seeing in the market. And so you're right. Once those rates start to drop, buyers are going to run and flock for these homes. And then you're going to be left with not even finding a home, and a home that you can't get now.
And you're going to be paying way over asking.
And plus, I mean, why don't you buy a home right now and then refinance in a year? When rates drop, just refinance in a year. Now, don't refinance to cash out, in my opinion.
No.
Because you're going to over leverage yourself. You're going to take too much out, and you're not going to be in a good position. In my opinion, I would say cash out, refinance to whatever the interest rates are, and keep it the same. Make sure you don't have to put any money down to refinance what you wanted, but don't go and cash out $100,000 out of your property. You're going to over leverage yourself.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think you're 100% right. Once those rates start to drop, there's going to be a huge influx of people coming.
Yep. So get a house while you can, and you can get it under asking and then refi, like you said.
Why do you think the price is going up still? My conversation last night with an investor, we were talking about grocery prices going up. I mean, Starbucks cups of coffee is going up. I mean, I don't know how much more it's going to go up until I'm just like, okay, like I can pay for it, but I just don't want to. Like, this is ridiculous.
Why do I think they're going up? I still think we're just a really high demand area.
Yeah.
I do. And people are paying it.
It's
People
wild.
are paying it. So if you live in a neighborhood, someone paid way over asking for a house, guess what? That just brought the value up of your home
Oh,
and all the
100%.
other homes. And then guess what? Then it's a
It
domino
just
effect.
boom, and there's nothing to really stop it unless buyers say, "Hey, we're not doing it. We're not paying that price." And then you're going to see homes sit a lot longer on the market. You're going to then see maybe one offer in 90 days, and then you're going to have conversations with your seller saying, "Hey, it's time to reduce the price." And instead of reduce the price of today's market, we need to reduce the price of what it may look like in 30 days, so we sell this. Because if not, then it's going to be a domino effect where you're going to see a bunch of price reductions.
Well, and I try to educate my sellers before we even hit the market. Listen, this is what the average home price per square foot in this area are going for. You don't want to price it at the max. You don't want to price it at the bottom, but maybe right under the average or right at average.
Yeah.
Sometimes they listen to me and sometimes they don't. So
Well,
I can advise you the best I can.
Even though you're the expert, sometimes they're like, I'm doing it
We
myself.
want to try it this way. Okay, great. Let the market talk to you. And lo and behold, here we are. We're having this conversation again.
Because you do this full time. You eat, sleep, and breathe it, like you said, And so your clients have a lot of trust in you. And so you're getting them to get the deal. Once they get the deal, walk us through that process, of what you're doing with those clients, especially your high net worth clients, because those are different clients than, someone who's buying a $200,000, $300,000 house. Someone who's buying a $2 to $3 million house, totally different client.
It's a full concierge service, basically. So everything and anything, I hold their hand through everything. It depends on the client too. You have to read your client. Do they want more details? So basically I hold their hand through everything. You go under contract, then we have our home inspections. Every home inspection, even on a new construction, is going to be 60 to 80 pages long. I prepare them that in the beginning, buyers and sellers. Homes are sold as is in North Carolina, so sellers are not obligated. However, they really should. Everything is reasonable.
Correct. Like if you lived in the home for a couple years, like you need to take care of it.
Absolutely.
And if you don't take care of your home, that's on you. So expect another buyer who gets a inspection to tear your home apart, essentially.
Yeah. So you try to set everybody up being realistic for good expectations, whether they listen to you or not. But basically, I help them with everything. If you're a seller, even before we go on the market, I'll say, listen, this is what your cabinets look like. They're this old brown color that nobody wants.
Yeah. No one wants the brown and brown.
No.
I mean, we talked about it. You helped me multiple times look at a couple places, and I told you, hey, that's what I have now, and I don't want it. I'm done. I'm fed up with it. I want the white on white.
So I'll tell my sellers, listen, you can sell it as is. This is probably what's going to happen. It's going to sit too long. You're not going to get the offers you want. But if you want this home to sell quickly and for top dollar, this is what you should do.
XYZ.
Yep. And I'll call. I said, listen, I got contractors. I'll call them right now. I was in a listing appointment the other day. I called my guy. He came over within the hour.
Wow.
Gave them an estimate. Had their home done, fully painted, interior, exterior, the kitchen, everything. We're going to go live in about 2 weeks. It's stunning now. It's going to sell quick.
And that is the concierge service that you offer.
Absolutely.
And that's why, in my opinion, even when I was a broker, it doesn't make sense to sell your own home. It doesn't make sense to go list your own home, even for a flat fee, because the concierge type of service, which customer service is out the door. There's no customer service anymore in any businesses. I mean, if you go to Shake Shack, you got a kiosk. Any other restaurant, you got a kiosk, So the biggest thing to separate yourself in the brokerage industry is your level of customer service. And the level of customer service is you made a phone call, someone came within the hour. Within a couple weeks, everything's done. Now it's listing, and then when they get that offer, full ask or above, you're going to be able to say and have them, give a testimony on how well that went.
Absolutely. And again, it's relationships. I got relationships with all these vendors, all these painters and everything. So they want my business.
Oh,
they
100%.
know I'm going to give them business.
And they know that you're, the type of price point that your average price point when you sell a house, they know what that is. And that's substantial, and they have to do great quality work at that
Absolutely.
average.
I don't want them to just slap a coat of paint on it. You can see the drip lines. Like I'm a perfectionist. I want it. It's my name. It's my brand. I want it to be a certain way.
Oh, most definitely.
So.
And that's how you build stronger referral base. And in this business, any business, our business as well with investors, it's mainly about referrals.
Yeah.
Building a very strong referral base will help you build a very strong foundation of your business.
Exactly.
Substantially.
So anyways, I do try to hold their hand through everything. Inspections, appraisals, everything. When the appraiser comes to my listing, I'm bringing him a binder. These are how I came up with this price. This is all the comps in the neighborhood. This is what justifies A, B, and
Here you
C.
go.
You know what
Do
I mean?
your job.
And with my luxury listings, depending on the seller, but I like to be there and do the showing. And a lot of agents don't do that anymore.
Really? Interesting.
And I think it's just a level because I'll make appointments now I had one yesterday with another seller. I'm going to get another house is going to go on the market in Carmel area.
Yeah, which is a very, very nice area in Charlotte.
Very nice, modern home. I'm like, listen, I'm coming over Tuesday at 2. You're going to tell me everything I need to know about this house because I want it to be as if it's my house.
Correct.
They're going to come. I'm going to tell the agent and their buyers everything they need to know about this house. What agent, especially a buyer's agent, who's been showing 12 homes that day, they're going to research the crap out of this property. They're not.
No, they're not. And then you are registered in the seller's home, with the sellers, that level of customer service and concierge service you offer. Do you think they'll remember that?
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%. They're going to remember that level of customer service, that white glove service, that when they even go buy another house, or, something down the road, they're going to remember your name and how detailed you were. So that whole process in the state of North Carolina can take, 30, 35 days? With some of your larger clients, a little less maybe?
So, you mean, once you go under contract, it's usually like 30 days, unless someone has to sell a home, contingent on a sale of a home. But from the buy-sell process, 30 days. Yeah. But, I mean, now if I've got a buyer coming in from out of state, they're not sure what they want, what location, what area, that's going to take longer.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, your attention to detail.
Yeah.
When you talk about these luxury homes, that attention to detail in these homes it's very important. Mm-hmm. And the quality, the type, we're not putting IKEA furniture in these homes. We're putting restoration hardware and some other name brands I probably don't even know of. Walk us through that level of education that you had to educate yourself on getting into this type of niche real estate industry where the tile, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just educate myself. So I'm in my car a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm in
your
my
car is your office.
It is my office. So I know this sounds stupid, but I listen to like YouTube videos, like what's the difference between Calcutta marble and this marble, and I'll just educate myself. I went to... In the very beginning, and I think that's probably why I got into luxury so quickly, is I just forced myself to learn everything. I would go to a warehouse. They're like, oh, it's not open to the public. I'm like, it's okay. I'll just, whatever. I'll get in my way. Some way I'll get in. And it's just a warehouse.
That's a drive that you have. Yeah. You don't even think of that. You're like, I'm going to get it done.
Whatever.
I love it.
I'm like, no one else is doing it. I'll do it. So I'll go into a warehouse full and slabs of marble, quartzite, and I just learn. I educate myself.
Where does it come from? How do you guys cut it? What's it? All that. Yeah. Time frame.
Exactly. Like it's Carrara marble, or Calcutta marble out of the mountains of Sicily. People don't know this.
Ooh, really?
The reason they're so expensive is because they're very rare. They're hard to find, and the way they cut it is with a diamond laser beam cut, and it's very high end, and that's why it's so expensive. So when I'm in someone's home and they've got Calcutta marble, I explain everything about it. Like, I know the difference between these cabinets and those. Like, you've got to know your product.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, it's you love what you do, when it comes to it. And so you really study through YouTube, through connections, through actually physically going to these warehouses, cabinetry, I'm sure as well, to really understand where you guys getting it from, all the ins and outs. So you can speak at a very high level when you walk into a kitchen and what type of marble that is. And the seller's like, wow, how'd you know that?
Yeah. And, I try to get more involved with all my clients that are custom building. I like to go to their design meetings with the builder and just see what their options are, just to help guide them. Yeah. Because a lot of times they don't know.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if I went to, I've been to design studios before, but, two white, marble and, another different type of marble from a different part of the country, I'm not going to know what marble's which and where it came from. I'm just going to say it looks good.
Yeah, so I like to help people redesign their kitchens, getting it ready to sell. If they have a European home, those are more, or a Tudor home, those are more warm colors, and they want to kind of bring it up to date. Okay, you can't do white. Maybe let's do a soft, creamy white, kind of flow together. You got to make things function and work, and you want it to go, and you want people, when buyers come in, you want them to be able to see themselves living there.
Yeah, most definitely. So. Talk to us about the most challenging transaction you've had. I know we talked about it before.
Yeah. I guess it was a very high-end transaction. Mm-hmm. We went under contract on a $6.5 million home, and I represented the buyers, and the sellers accepted the offer, and they knew it was contingent on me selling my buyer's home. However, I couldn't have asked for a better home to sell. It was not a hard sale. when I say that, it's because it was in a very affluent area that everybody wants to be in. It was a new construction home. It had a primary suite and a guest suite on the main level, which everybody wants because everybody's bringing mom and dad with them now too, and they want to be together but separate. It had all the bells and whistles. However, if anybody knows the Charlotte market, it goes kind of up and down. So during, like right now, we're kind of going from spring market to summer. So spring market, it's hot. It's right after January. You start like February, March. Spring market's hot. Then kids get out of school, it goes down a little because now everybody's on vacation. Then right before kids go to school, it goes up again. Then it goes right back down when kids go into school, and then down right before the holidays. And then once you hit the holidays, it's done until spring market. Well, this was right before Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
So I've got that against me. Whatever. I did everything I could. We had, for this time of year, a record high showings on this property.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was there. I knew everything about the property. I knew it in and out. I knew everything down to the installation. And showed it. We've had people circling it and circling it and circling it, and people wanting to offer, but they had to go look at other homes just to be sure.
Yeah.
And we were so close to selling it. We weren't even 20 days on the market. And we had more showings than anybody did in that area at that time.
Wow.
The sellers decided to take a different offer that was cash, and because it worked better for them, because it wasn't as risky as ours, and they took it. And then I lost out on selling that $6 million and the one that I had. So about $10 million in sales.
Holy cow. And if you're getting 3% of that, that's $300,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
As a commission. More. Yeah, or maybe more.
A little more.
Excluding
whatever,
taxes.
Regardless. And the risky thing is I put almost $10,000 into selling this house.
So you're upfronting a lot of money.
This is out of my pocket.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that when and we're going to talk about really breaking into that luxury market. You're doing it with that knowledge, but a lot of people don't understand it. It's a whole different ballgame. And you got to upfront a lot of money for marketing, for sometimes staging, all of that. Brokers open to really sell these homes. Yeah. So you upfronted a lot of money, which you didn't get back.
No, I lost it. I lost that. And plus now, remember, I'm also there at every showing. So much
time. So you lost a lot of time.
Yes. So basically, the marketing materials, like even getting the brochures, because again, I want the best of the best. And these brochures, they were like $800 just to get produced. And my photos were like $2,500, everything. Because I want top of the line everything, I risk a lot of money. But of course, you hope to sell that home, and in return, you're going to make it. It's not going to matter. Yeah. But now I got clients for life. So
there you go.
You got to look at the big picture.
You have to.
It hurt at the time, but it's like you grow a thick skin in this world.
Most definitely.
Especially with real estate, you have to. Otherwise, you're done.
Yeah. No, you're spot on. And you have to do that in any business. Thank you for tuning in to the Chris Salerno Show. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insight to help you along your journey. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. If you have any questions or topics that you would like to cover, feel free to reach out directly to me. Shoot me a message on Instagram at Chris_Salerno_. Until next time, keep pushing forward and stay inspired.